Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the concepts of Java with implementing the object-oriented principles. So we'll start with the class and object. Moving on to how do you define? Let us indulge in object-oriented language through Java. In Java, how do you write a class? So we write a class with specifying the how can you access that class and the keyword we have to use compulsory to define a class. And what is this car? Car is a name of the class that can be user defined name following the properties of how to create user defined names. Okay, so the user defined names cannot be starting with number, special character, all that. Whatever the rules are there, following those rules, user-defined names will be created. Like that, class name also follows the user-defined properties. And in Java, the class name should be capital. The class name, user-defined class name, first letter should be capital. So that is one rule that we have. And what are the properties that we raise inside the class? Inside the class, we will take members and member functions. So, what are members of class? Members of a class are fields, attributes, properties. You can call it with any name. Okay, what are it? The variables. What is a variable? A variable is a user-defined identifier with some kind of value. Let us say if I take a variable A means an indicator. A is a variable. Variable means the value is 10. That means integer variable. If the value is a car, let us say, then a variable is string variable. If a value is rational, then you call it as a float variable. So based on the value, the type of the variable is defined. Integer variable, float variable, string variable, character variable, like that. Character means you will have only one character. A is equal to C. One character. Character can be digits, combination of digits, alphabets, special characters. Okay. So, what is why this identifier? A is called as a variable because for every execution, you can change the value of the variable. Okay, if you assign A equals to 10, it becomes the constant. But what I told, one time you can have 10, value 10, one time you can have a 20, one time you can have 30. That means if you are changing the value for every execution, so this identifier is called as a variable. If you assign A equals to 10, that means it will not change. So it becomes a constant. So that is the identifier is called as a variable, identifier is called as a constant. Here, the fields, what I am talking are the attributes or the members of the class, can be constants, can be variables. Okay. And what else the class have? The class also have methods. Okay. What is the syntax of writing a class? Are defining a class, are declaring a class. How can you declare a class? Okay, we can declare a class using access specifier. Okay, what are access specifier? Public, private, protected, all that. Then space, keyword class, space, user defined name, any user defined name. Okay, and opening brace, close brace. Within this opening and close, what we are going to write? We are going to write the members and member functions. What are members and member functions? Example is here. You can see this example. Here I have taken access specifier public. Here I have taken the keyword class. Here I have taken a user defined name car. Here I am creating a car class. So this is open and close, which indicates the class block. The class block is having the int speed, and the class block is also having the drive method. Okay. Here, if you see, the drive method is defined. If we have opening and closing, then this is defined. Okay. This is not declaration. Here, the method is concrete. Okay. The method is defined. Okay. What it defined with? It defined with a display statement driving. Okay. So, this is a syntax of creating a car class in Java. Okay, like that you can create any number of classes with this syntax. Okay, you may have a variables inside it, you may not have a variables inside it. Okay, this is the structure that you can use to create classes in Java. And for this car class, I can have a different types, BMW, Toyota, all that. So how can I have different instances of this class, car class? Then I have to create an object for it. So how can I create an object for it? Class name, okay, object name, use the keyword new, and the constructor. What is constructor? Constructor is same as class name with the open and close parenthesis. Okay, so this is how I can create an object in Java for a class. Here I have mentioned which class? Car class. Okay, so what is the syntax? Class name space object name. Object name is user defined. That means you have to follow the user defined rules. And then the keyword new, then the class name as a method. That means you are calling the constructor here, default constructor. If you take parameters in it, then it becomes the parameterized constructor. You are calling a parameterized constructor. Then what else we have? Access modifiers. Okay. What are access modifiers? Access modifiers indicates who can see, who can access the members and member functions of a class. What are members? Speed is a member, drive is a member function of a car class. So who can access this? If you give public specifier to this car class, then any system part can access this. If you give private, then only this class, okay, can access the properties. Okay, so in the coming classes, we will see when you declare the variable as private. Let us say I have declared as private speed, okay, in a car class. So here I have mentioning the class as a public class with a private method. With a private variable. Then who can access this private variable? The private variable can be accessed by only the methods of a class. Only the methods of a class. Okay. So like that, we have a protected default access specifiers also. If it's a default specifier, then within that package only the other classes can access these members and member functions. If it is this protected, then protected members and member functions can be accessed in entire package, in outside package also. So there are some rules how to define access specifiers to the classes. Why do you specify these access specifiers? Because you want to control who can access. That means you are providing security to the data through encapsulation. And we have types of classes. We have different types of classes in Java. One regular class, which just we have learned about. And we have abstract class. What is abstract class? So here, if you see, this is a regular class here, where I have defined a method. Okay, this is a defined method. But in abstract class, what happened? You don't define. Okay, so you will not define it. You will just declare. And it should be, the class should have a keyword abstract. Abstract, class, keyword, and the class name. And the methods should be public, so that others can access. So, regular class, abstract class. What abstract class will have? Abstract class will not have definition of the method. Abstract class will not have the definition of the method, only declaration of the methods. And these methods are defined. Who will define these methods? These methods are defined by the child classes of this abstract class. Abstract classes should be extended by other classes. Those classes will define these methods. Okay. Then we have a final class. If you write a class as final, that means use a keyword final. Okay. Class car, space car. If you define a class as a final, then you cannot inherit this class. So you cannot create a subclass to this class. So that is a final class. So in the coming classes, we will see all these type of classes. What is the regular class? We just see the regular classes. And then abstract classes, final classes, inner and nested classes. So we'll see all this in the coming classes. Thank you so much.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.